What's going on YouTube? Critical Ray back here again, and today is Sunday, so that means that this video right here, and you can already tell by the title, is my review for the Deuce Season 2, Episode 3. Now, if you don't know, this is an HBO original show, and it stars James Franco and Maggie Gyllenhaal and so many other phenomenal actresses and actors. There's just way too many to go through, because there's a lot of characters in this show. This episode was directed by Steph Green, and the basic plot for this, without really giving any spoilers away, because I don't like giving spoilers, I might accidentally slip up and give a minor spoiler, but most of the time I'm really good about doing it, and if I do give one, I try to cut it out. But this synopsis will tell you every little detail, something about what goes on with every character in this show, or the main characters in this episode, what they're doing. So, without further ado, let's get to the synopsis. Lori goes to LA to attend the AFAA Erotica Awards with Harvey and Candy. But over in New York, the mayor has a vision of cleaning up the Deuce, which involves the police department. While Larry is trying to get into acting as a porn star and tries to get Darlene paid the same amount as all the other actresses, when they realize that it is all due to their race, because they're both African Americans, and white men are intimidated by seeing a black man fuck, and there's not a big call for it, and same with black women, so they don't get paid equally, which is probably exactly what was going on in the time back then for stuff like this, or actually probably everywhere. And then Paul asked Vincent about a loan for his new business that he's wanted to open up, while Rudy starts a gang war. Now, if you watched last week's review, I talked about a little bit about the gang war that I felt like they were going to be, enacting, and I wasn't wrong. They are literally about to go to war with another mob family. This episode to me was a lot better than last week's episode. Last week's episode I've liked every episode in this show from season 1 to season 2. Some episodes are weaker than others, but majority of them are all strong. This episode had a lot of funny moments. I liked how they focused on every single character at a good amount of time. Every character got basically the right amount of time, screen time, for the storyline that they're telling with these characters, which is a hard thing to do, because in the last episode, I complained about them not showing enough about Larry and trying to become, because he's a pimp, but the pimp game is kind of going out the window, but he's not only a pimp, he's an actor who plays a pimp. And you're more and more starting to see, because you could always tell that he was different from the other pimps, because he doesn't mistreat his women as much. It's all act in front of them. In front of them, he'll be the same as the other pimps, and you're just here to make me money, bitch, and stuff like that. But then when you get him alone, he actually cares about his girls. He wants the best for them, and if you want to pursue something else, he's willing to let you pursue it, as long as it's technically still making him money. But to me, now that more of his girls are getting into the porn industry, I feel like it's more of he's becoming their agent more than their pimp. So, you can kind of see the difference, which all a pimp is really an agent, just they're abusive, and they like to control every little aspect of your life. And then him, saying that he's an actor in last week's episode to Candy, he knows how to play a part, and he wants to do acting, which I find that very fascinating, that someone like him, is willing to put everything on the line. It's not just, he's basically going to be doing the same stuff that his girls are doing. So he's finally going to get to see how it is to be like them, and working like how they do. And I find that whole storyline very interesting. Same with Candy. She was this independent hooker, and now she's a filmmaker, and I'm intrigued by her storyline and the way that they handle her character. It's the same with all the characters. Every character started at one point, and some of them haven't progressed, but a lot of them have, throughout this show, they have become more and more, realizing who they are and where they fit into this world, especially as the world that they know or have known for a long time on the Deuce, the people are trying to get rid of it, because it's Times Square, which in the 70s, the Deuce was Times Square also, and look at where Times Square is now. It's nothing like the Deuce. No hookers, constantly parading around trying to get clients, no massage parlors. But I don't know exactly what time period all that stopped being. I need to do more research on it, but this show, it has a lot of history behind it, and yeah, it's still fictional because the characters are fictional, but I feel like they do a really good job about telling the history of the porn industry getting started, the prostitution game kind of taking a back seat and the porn industry becoming more and more, mainstream, and the awards for porn, which actually goes on still today. I find that very fascinating on how they are handling this show, and they are doing it really well. James Franco and Megan Gyllenhaal are fantastic in this show as the character James Franco plays Frankie and Vincent. So, yeah, he plays both those characters very well because they're very different. Yeah, I do like this show. I like the costumes, every little detail that they put into their suits. Like Cece's suits are so original and exactly what you would think a pimp would wear back in the 70s. Fur coat, stuff, have a cane, stuff like that. I really do like the attention to detail, especially in all the background scenes that they have. It really does feel like 1970s. There's no ounce of, the 21st century at all in the background, even though that they film it in New York and not on a set. They actually remade a whole street that could look like this. That's what they film it on, and I find that very fascinating. The directing in this episode was great. Overall, the episode itself was just fantastic. It was well paced. It showed every little character's storyline and exactly what it needed to be for this episode. And yeah, they still left us with questions with what Frankie was up to and stuff like that. Things like that at the end. But you can tell that they're moving into that's gonna be set up for later episodes. Which this season I think is only 9 episodes, 8 or 9. I know last season was 8, so I think this one's 9. I am looking forward to seeing where they take these characters, especially with the mob war about to start, or starting, and, it'll be very interesting to see how Vincent reacts to this, because he just wants to be a business owner and nothing else. He doesn't want any more shady business. That's always been his thing, and I'm curious on how he will react with all the violence and destruction and stuff like that. So, yeah, the Deuce Season 2, Episode 3, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really did love this episode. I think this is probably the best episode of the season so far. I liked Episode 1 of Season 2, but I like this one a lot more. So, yeah, comment down below and let me know what you guys are thinking of this season so far. If you like my reviews, if you don't. If you have any way of improving them. I know some people commented, and I commented back to you. I hope you understand my points and views on why I review, how I review it. If you have any ideas for any new videos, like a Q&A, I've been wanting to do a Q&A for you guys. I'll be glad to do that, stuff like that. And hopefully you will be checking back every Sunday night for the Deuce Season 2 reviews. I'll be doing that up until Walking Dead starts. Well, actually, until it ends, because this will still be going on while Walking Dead starts back up. So I'll be reviewing both of those on the same night. And then on Tuesdays, I am still reviewing Mayans Season 1. We're on Episode 4 of the Mayans out of 10. So almost halfway there. I hope you guys are enjoying these review series for you. from me, because I am enjoying bringing them to you, and I am trying to bring you the best content I can, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it and will stick with me till and keep seeing what all I bring out for you guys. And yeah, guys, in the description I have links to my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. You can click on over there for updates on my personal life, things I'm working on, things I'm getting, ideas I'm having. I might ask a question about, like, a Q&A. I might ask for some questions. I might talk about a movie or a TV show that I've watched, and I might review it over there and talk about, like, Iron Fist Season 2. I'm going to do a review for it. Manic, which is Jonah Hill's new and Emma Stone's new show on Netflix, I might talk about it over there. You never know. Just follow me over there, and if you'd like to message me and talk to me one-on-one, we'll be glad to respond and carry on a whole conversation with you, and we can get to know each other. And yeah, just follow me over there. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, because it really does help me out. Also share it with, like, friends, family, everyone that you know, and even people that you don't know. And hit that subscribe button for more awesome content like this, and the little bell icon to be notified when I upload. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.